What's happening, YouTube? It's your boy choco-nation, and we back at it again, baby. Now with horror games, but with some reaction time, where we're gonna react to different videos, to just a video, to whatever video, it don't matter what. But today we're reacting to 2026, the most anticipated games of 2026. Shout out to Frax for this video. Let's get to it.
These are my most anticipated games of 2026. We're going to start with...
Wait, he said these are his. So this is not everybody's. These are his. Alright.
the obvious ones, then I'll show you some others that I think could be pretty cool. Grand Theft Auto 6, November, apparently. The expectation for this game is through the roof.
Yes.
Based on the trailer so far, it looks to be a highly detailed and simulated open world to play in, as expected, but perhaps with a more serious tone than usual. Can it live up to the hype? We'll find out.
The graphics are wilding with this one, bro. And I'm a fan of GTA, bro. I don't know nobody that I know that has not played GTA, bro. And if they did it at first, they played GTA San Andreas for sure. And they got hooked.
Playing it for hours either way. Resident Evil 9. I played this at Gamescom last year and was just blown away. The demo was about 12 minutes long, but I enjoyed every single second of it. Amazing graphics.
Wait, that was Resident Evil what?
Resident Evil 9. I played this at...
Bro, this is Resident Evil 9? Yo. Bro. I gotta say something, bro. What is Resident Evil 9 and what is Resident Evil, I think, is 7. Didn't it feel a little bit like Silent Hill to you? Like PT, like they took something, you know how PT never came out? I feel like they took that concept, they're like, oh, y'all messed up, now we're gonna run with it. And they be popping out with this Resident, and they good. I'm not saying they're not, they good.
Gamescom last year and was just blown away. The demo was about 12 minutes long, but I enjoyed every single second of it. Amazing graphics and atmosphere. I was locked in while I was being stalked around a tight interior space by a disgusting monster that gave me Alien Isolation vibes. We also saw an outdoor city environment in a new trailer too, which is pretty exciting for Resident Evil. Of course, you can play it in third person as well, much like the original games. And I feel like it could be more of a survival game this time too.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Oh, my boy Leon there.
Leon's back, always a bonus. We're going to have a blast with this one. 007.
Did I tell you to go get your snacks? Because I do got my snacks, baby. Caramel popcorn, baby. With peanuts. And some juicy juice.
First Light, GoldenEye. On the Nintendo 64 took up many hours of my childhood at my dad's house on the weekends.
I heard about it though. Hold up. I ain't gonna pause that much. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna pause that much. Bro, 007, bro. This is, I heard that this is like before he was a professional. When he was still a rookie. And basically they're trying to give us a story like that. And I feel like if they keep doing that, this is gonna be pretty big. Because I remember playing 007 like back in what, PS2? Or something like that. It was one of those when the shoes and then the blood. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Either way, that was dope. But I'm also getting vibes, bro, of like the Tom Cruise Mission Impossible movies. But I get that's where it all comes from, right? It's all the same thing.
Screen with my brother and the neighbors. Bond games have a very special place in my heart. So the prospect of a brand new James Bond game is incredibly exciting. It's been 13 years since the last game to 007 Legends in 2012. Whilst I didn't get to play it at Gamescom last year, I did see a live demo of it there on PlayStation 5, and to be honest, it looks exactly like what I expected. With it
that's it right there, yo.
PlayStation 5, and to be honest, it looks exactly like what I expected.
Man, those plane scenes and stuff like that with the hangar open and stuff like that, like the back door open, that's in like every single action movie that has to do with like James Bond, Mission Impossible, Hitman, stuff like that, bro. But it's still good though. But even Fast and Furious had that with the car went outside.
With it being developed by IO Interactive, Hitman mixed with Uncharted, throw in some spy gadgets, and you've got the formula. I like that it's based off a younger James Bond 2 in its own universe, and you've got the formula. I like that it's based off a younger James. Throwing some.
Y'all see how he shoot the gun out of his hand, bro? You don't see that in a lot of games. You don't see that.
Spy gadgets, and you've got the formula. I like that it's based off a younger James Bond 2 in its own universe, and it appears that they're taking more cues from the books, which is cool. If the story is compelling, they could be on to the start of an amazing trilogy of games here. Wolverine, one of my favorite characters in the Marvel Universe, mostly because of the original X-Men cartoon in the 90s that I was glued to on a Saturday morning. Insomniac are developing...
Look, man, the first time I ever played a Wolverine game, dude, it was so gory. You were just taking out limbs. It was so beautiful. It was dope. I was like, this is how Wolverine's supposed to be. I know my boys were saying the same thing. I think my boy Skinny was the one that hooked me up with it or told me about it. Bro, it was dope, bro. And I feel like they're doing the same thing here, bro. Giving it like the real feel of what the Wolverine is. Not none of that kiddie stuff. You know what I'm saying? X-Men trying to make it look nice, be nice. No, bro. It was bad. Bad, bro.
This one, of course, they did a fantastic job with Spider-Man and its sequel. Fun game.
Deadpool type of vibes, you know what I'm saying?
A dense environment and a story that got me right in the feels on a few occasions. I think many people were concerned, though, with Wolverine that they would softball it, but based on the first couple of trailers that do have some gameplay in them, it looks incredibly brutal and action-packed. Trailers that do have some gameplay in them, it looks incredibly brutal and action.
Bro, them claws, baby. Going right through the skin, baby, how it's supposed to. And he got that titanium exoskeleton or whatever you call it. That means they already did that whole experimental on him. If not, it would have just been bones. Dude, this is going to be good.
Impact. The tone seems bang on, and they've already revealed a couple of villains you'll be up against. I'm expecting big things from this one and really looking forward to it. Star Wars Galactic Racer. This is a new racing game set in the Star Wars universe, obviously, from Criterion developers who worked on Need for Speed and Burnout.
Man, look, I like the fact that the developer is the ones that work on Need for Speed and Burnout. Burnout was the stuff, bro. I fuzz with it. Me and my boys used to play that a lot. Need for Speed, I like Need for Speed. But I don't care if they're working on this. You're not going to convince me to play this type of game, bro. Last time I played a racing game from Star Wars was in Nintendo 64. I don't know. It was a while ago, bro. You're not going to catch me. Hey, man, and I got nothing against Star Wars. I like the movies, but I prefer the shootout games from Star Wars than this, bro. I prefer to fight with a lightsaber than this. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's trash, but trash.
Sign me up. Sorry, that was really nerdy. Genuinely, though, this...
trash.
Could be fun. That I'm lucky enough to be gaming when the Xbox 3. So if Galactic Racer could give me back just a smidge of those feelings, I'm going to be over the moon. Gears of War E-Day. If you were lucky enough to be gaming when the Xbox 360 was the hottest console on the market, you'll know how exciting Gears of War was when it came out. Many argue that these games changed the industry, introducing gritty cover-based shooters to the masses.
And the online shooting, bro. The player versus player online, bro. That was good, bro. The close quarters, baby. Close combat with the shotgun overpowered, bro. You was just taking people's body into pieces, bro. Making them gaga, bro. That was crazy. You know another game they don't even talk about? And they probably never will? Lost Planet? I think it was Lost Planet, bro. I used to play that online, man. It was so good, bro. Look it up.
Crashing into a wall after a sprint,
those who game know what I'm talking about.
Popping up to let out a burst from your rifle, or blind firing felt incredible. Combine that with melee, and lots of the red stuff made for some very satisfying combat. The multiplayer was great too, and worked amazingly well in LAN environments for fun, and more serious tournaments too. The new game, E-Day, is actually a prequel, set 14 years before the first game.
I figure, bro. 14 years before the first game, bro. That's bright. Like pre-Locals or when the Locals barely coming out. They do this, bro, because the game was so good, but they kind of messed up. We had the outcome of the other games. It was like, what, like 3, 4, maybe 4 to 5 years of wars. This one being 6. So they got to go back to a prequel, bro, because they gave us already a sequel, trequel, fourquel, 7 to whatever.
Showcasing the events of E-Day or Emergence Day when the Locust War began. Marcus and Dom will take center stage. The graphics will know...
Boy, Dom is still there, baby! Those who don't know. Wow, I'm so geeked.
That'll be incredible, and I hope that they lean into the horror and emotion here. Years 4 and 5 were a bit disappointing, so I'd love to see the franchise make a strong return with this one.
Why 4 or 5 was disappointing? Where was the boy at? The boy was not there.
Blade Zero. I have actually played this one at an Nvidia event last year, and I think it's going to be wildly successful. People will look at it and say it's another Soulslike, but to me, it played more like an old school hack and slash,
Ninja
maybe
Gaiden, bro.
more comparable to Ninja Gaiden or Wukong.
Ninja Gaiden, baby. One of the most difficult games ever. Tell me whatever you want to tell me. That's just my opinion, baby.
I would say. The graphics and animations in particular were very smooth, and the combat was incredibly fun. Timing dodges, parries, you know the score. Many unique fighting options here. You have 2 blades, which are your main weapons, and 2 phantom weapons, so to speak.
Hello, the boy looked like Geralt of Rivia, bro. In the modern days, bro. On the ninja days, bro. Up in Asia, Japan, or something. It's a conspiracy theory here, bro.
I only got to jump on this for about 25 minutes, but I enjoyed it immensely. The bit that I played was kind of semi-open world too, with a bit of exploration. It's cool. Definitely one to keep an eye on if you're interested in these type of games. Toxic Commando. This is a new co-op FPS zombie game from Saber Interactive. Think Left 4 Dead with huge undead swarms and
World War C.
I posted a video on it recently.
Bro, Left 4 Dead, World War C, and what's that other one from the developers of Left 4 Dead, bro? They did another one, bro. Back 4 Blood. That's pretty much what we got here. We got an infiltration of like some swarms of things, zombies slash. I don't know what that thing is up there, but
where I got
alien
to
stuff. I don't know.
Build, and I reckon it will be a bit of a sleeper hit.
These are
go
fun,
through
bro.
levels, completing main objectives, optional objectives, fighting special infected mini bosses, and collecting resources for upgrades on your skill tree. The twist, though, is that the maps are large, and you've got the addition of vehicles, crazy zombie hordes, and mud.
That is true, bro. Vehicles, larger maps, beautiful.
Vehicle can actually get stuck in mud, and you'll have to winch sometimes to get out of a sticky situation. It will need fuel and repairs too. So it's kind of a mix.
That's some H1C1 type of stuff, bro.
Of the best parts of Left 4 Dead, Space Marine, World War Z, and SnowRunner. And while I don't think it's going to be groundbreaking or win any awards,
it's gonna be fun though.
They are pricing it at $40, and I think with friends, it could be very fun to play through, and also more playtime if they keep adding additional levels and content in the live service throughout the year. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. I don't know what.
Trash! I'm sorry, it's probably not trash, but
for some reason, Rocksteady Studios just stopped making Batman Arkham games. Asylum, City, and Night was an amazing trilogy with fun. Isn't officially announced, and I'm going out on a limb here, but based on recent domain registrations and insight, and a massive success. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remake. This one isn't officially announced, and I'm going out on a limb here.
Bro, what's up with this remakes, bro? I feel like there's so many Assassin's Creed, they shouldn't be making no remakes, bro. They should be like making new stuff, bro. Give us more new stuff, bro. Assassin's Creed is dope. Hey, they gotta stop.
Tomb Raider Remake. Another remake.
Same thing with Tomb Raider, bro. She got it like that, bro. Stop it.
Original. It all sounds and looks very promising,
remakes,
and I
bro.
can't wait to jump into this one. The Expanse, Osiris Reborn. A third-person action RPG set in the Expanse universe.
This remind me of Mass Effect already. A little bit of Dead Space already. And a little bit of Cyberpunk by the way the city was looking. That's just my opinion.
You're no hero, just a merc caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, trying to hold your crew together and keep the ship up and running. Your choices will shape your story. That's their synopsis for the game. I haven't read the books, but I watched all of the TV episodes and I fell in love with it. Yes, it's sci-fi, but almost everything in there feels grounded in some
Y'all seen that hand?
way. We're in love with it. Yes, it's sci-fi, but almost everything in there.
Bro, I'm getting
TV
bad at
episodes,
this, bro.
and I fell in love with it. Yes, it's sci-fi, but almost everything in there feels grounded in some way with science and engineering, making it perhaps more plausible. The way that the ships work, the way that recall works, the railguns, weapons in space, gravity, mag boots. Yeah, you have to suspend your disbelief for certain elements of the plot.
Nah, that's cold right there. Bro, that was cold. Okay, come on now. you gotta give it to that. If that's the trailer, that definitely will make me want to buy this game. You're gonna tell me like you put that little grenade that flew over there in smoke, and then she basically took gravity off of herself, and she was upside down, bro. Picking them up because they were gonna shoot straight. They were not gonna be worried about shooting up, and she just picked them up one by one.
But it's so easy to get lost in its gritty setting. And now, this atmosphere, with this type of game and gameplay, an action RPG, that could be incredible if they pull it off. And maybe some kind of ship managing system in there too. I'm not sure. I am 50-50 on if this will release in 2026, but I sure hope it will. And if done well, it could be a big hit for sci-fi game fans and maybe even make that wait for the new Mass Effect game feel much shorter. Mouse PI for hire. As I'm aware, in the first-person shooter genre, there is no other game,
bro. That's like Cuphead, bro. Old school cartoons, bro.
That looks like this: black and white rubber hose visuals, drawn by hand, frame by frame. Obviously, it's heavily inspired by Disney's Steamboat Willie cartoon in video game form, but you know, like a general 1930s cartoon art style, Mickey Mouse, Betty Boop, that kind of thing, with this gorgeous mix of 3D and 2D. It's unapologetically a boomer shooter too. It has that tag on the Steam page. Throw on top some humor, a noir detective story, setting, missions, a unique
boy, drinking coffee too, bro.
And you're standing out from the crowd.
Wait. This dude the whole time he was shooting with his hands? Nah.
On the Steam page.
I know he had a gun.
Some humor,
but what was that?
Detective story, setting, missions, a unique jazz soundtrack, and you're standing out from the crowd. I've not played it myself. I've only read previews and seen the trailers. But from what people are saying, the combat is fun. There's a variety of interesting weapons, power-ups, and you can complete objectives in many different ways. There are also unlockable movement abilities like wall running, grapple hooks, and Metroidvania-inspired level traversal. I'm not expecting this to be...
Yo, this is look like it's super fun, bro. Hold up, bro. Hold up. Must PI for hire, bro. March 19, 2016. This look dope. Hold up. Add to my wit. Yep. Alright.
A massive game that lasts 40 hours or so, but if it's a fun FPS single-player experience with these graphics, I'm sure that it's going to stick with me for a long time. Halo Campaign Evolved. This will be the last time I mention a remake, I promise.
Trash! Okay, look. The game is not trash. I love Halo, bro. We had so much fun with Halo back in the days, bro. Why? What's up with this remix, bro? Give us some new stuff, babe.
I've played an early build of this on the Series X, and I think that they're doing a good job with it on first impressions. This could be quite an emotional story too. Crimson Desert, this looks like a very ambitious RPG. Beautiful. Massive open world, cinematics, combat, could be one to keep an eye on. Saros, this is from Housemarque, who made Returnal, basically third-person bullet hell shooter, the next iteration of what they did with Returnal, I suppose. It looks fun and releasing in April, if it sticks to the schedule. Very dark and atmospheric.
What
Marvel
is that?
1943, Rise of Hydra, another Marvel game, this time with a World War II setting featuring Captain America and Black Panther.
I know them kids gonna want this for sure. It looked like it'll be fun.
As playable characters, super serious tone in the trailers too, which I was into. Not much known about the gameplay yet, but from what I could find online, it's going to be action adventure, so perhaps expect Uncharted style gameplay. It might release in the holiday season this year, but will probably be delayed into 2027. I wanted to put it on my list just in case. And finally, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. Not confirmed, but the rumors say that Infinity Ward are bringing Modern Warfare back at the end.
Trash! Alright, bro. Why would they bring Modern Warfare 2? Unconfirmed, right? That's just speculations, right? Why? Because they messed it up with the Black Ops that just came out. They messed it up with the one before that. Balance Warfare, whatever it was. They messed it up, bro. The whole Call of Duty thing, they messed it up, bro. And a lot of the Call of Duty players, I'll be going over there to Battlefield 6. Why? Why? Trash! Come on, bro. Y'all gotta get with it, bro. So if they do this, it's because they're trying to really like understand. Look, I ain't playing with you. We're gonna go on facts. Yeah, we're gonna go on facts. Alright, Call of Duty. What's the last one that came out? Call of Duty Black Ops 7. That's 2025. Mostly negative, bro. Be quiet with that. Mostly negative, bro. Okay? And they got all these things, bro. They're trying to sell you everything, bro. Got the game gifted for me, refusing to buy it because of obvious reasons. So now I'm obligated to continue to play with the boys. But I think the game is actually more dark water than even I expected. 1 out of 10. Oh, snap. Dude said he preferred to play with his booty hole, bro. That's crazy, bro. That's dookie. Zombie is good. AI slop R for calling cards is not good. The campaign is swag. Multiplayer is 5/10. Well, the multiplayer, bro, you got all these OP people and stuff like that, right? Okay, the whole point that I'm trying to bring to you guys and let you guys know is mostly negative, bro. I understand it's not that much people here leaving reviews, but a lot of people don't leave reviews. That was Black Ops 7. What is that? Okay. Battlefield 6. Mix, mostly positive. Yo, check the amount, bro. Once upon a time, check this out, man. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare 2, bro. Let's go with Modern Warfare 2, bro. Look at that. Very positive, overwhelming, yada, yada, yada. Alright. How about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3? Mostly positive, overwhelming. But as soon as you got to the other stuff, trash. So if they do this, trash.
Year. It could be like a reboot of the franchise, and I'm interested to see if they can turn COD around more than anything. How will they innovate, and what type of game will it end up being? I am working on a full video on this too, where we'll discuss it further. Should be coming.
Nah, bro. Nah. I anticipate like 3 games out of here, bro. That Resident Evil was a 9. The space one, I anticipate that as well. Let me see what else. Oh, the mouse pie, bro. The rest, I don't know, bro. I'm not feeling the rest, bro. But look, there's so much like left out, bro. There's gotta be some more Silent Hill coming out. There's gotta be some other creepy games coming out. You know we play a lot of creepy games, but you know I love that, bro. Everybody got their genre, right? So, hey, I'm with it if you with it. But what I'm trying to say, that's a lot of indie games this thing is slipping on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like Umigati, bro, that's about to come out, bro. Like, hello. That's this year as well, baby. So I think I should make my own compilation of like the games that I'm expecting and stuff like that. But either way, bro, I enjoy this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Learn some about new games that are going to come out this year and stuff like that, and potentially the next year. But either way, let me know what you guys think. Comment below, like, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more reaction like this. I also got some gaming going on, and there's some more stuff coming on to the channel as well. Let me know if there's some other videos you want me to react to, and I'll definitely will do that. Love you guys and thank you. Yay!
Subscribe.